Hello, friend. Welcome to Empowered Living. Today, I want to talk to you about something that might challenge your heart a little. What do you do when someone that you know and love, someone that you once walked closely with, steps into a position of power, steps into leadership, steps into prominence? Not long ago, a friend of mine came to me visibly upset. She had just attended a high-profile event where one of our former classmates, someone we both knew from school, was a guest of honor. This classmate had recently been appointed to a national government position. So after the event, my friend was eager to reconnect. From across the room, she waved excitedly and she called out her old nickname from our school days. But there was no response, no smile, no wave back. As you can imagine, my friend was really hurt. And later she vented in our class WhatsApp group. She challenged us and said, "Why is it that all of our friends, when they become somebody, they change? She's forgotten where she came from. How dare she ignore me?" I listened quietly and gently nudged her and said, "Maybe she didn't ignore you. Maybe the way you approached her didn't honor the position she now occupies." You see, one of my mentors told me that a friend in power is a friend lost. That may sound harsh, but it's not about pride, it's about protocol. If you want to become a polished professional, you've got to understand that when someone we know steps into a position of influence, whether it's in government, business, ministry, or any area of leadership, the way we relate to them must shift. The protocol is that we must err on the side of formality. Romans 13:7 teaches us that we must give honor to whom honor is due. And that means we shouldn't feel dishonored if we now need to go through an assistant to book time with them. We shouldn't assume that just because we once had closeness and warmth and intimate details of our lives shared, we shouldn't assume that that will continue and that we can call them whenever we want or access them whenever we want. We mustn't confuse access to someone with power with entitlement. And we must treat that access with discretion and trust. Often we take offense when people that we know and have been promoted no longer respond to us immediately. But the truth is, we need to change how we see them. They're not being rude, they're just adjusting to new responsibilities, and we also must do the same. So let me ask you, can you love someone enough to respect their elevation? Can you give space for their growth without guilt tripping them or taking things personally? And can you prepare your heart for the day when you may be the one that steps into a new level of leadership, trusting that your circle will also respond to you with honor and not over familiarity? I believe it's time to normalize this type of growth. We've got to mature and normalize these boundaries that must come into place when people step into power. And let's not reduce people to who they used to be, especially when God has called them into a new level of leadership. Honor is the seed that we must sow when we see others rise. And one day, it will be the harvest that you reap when you rise as well. I hope this blesses you, my friend, and I hope it encourages you to polish your professionalism and step into the fullness of who God's called you to be. Until next time, my friend, may God help you to stay empowered.